Welcome back to my channel, Warth Old Coins. Today is best, top 4 coins, one you want to miss where? Diving into the world of American coins. Please don't skip this video. So let's get it started. Top 1, the 1998 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln penny, covering its complete history, background, design, and technical specifications. The 1998 United States 1-cent coin, widely known as the Lincoln penny, represents a continuation of a long-standing American numismatic tradition that dates back to 1909, when the Lincoln cent series was first introduced by the U.S. Mint to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. This marked the first time a real historical figure appeared on a regular issue U.S. coin, a major departure from previous designs that featured allegorical figures such as liberty. The obverse front of the 1998 penny, designed by Victor David Brenner, features a right-facing bust of President Lincoln, retaining the classic design that had already been in use for nearly 90 years. The obverse includes the "In God We Trust" across the top, Liberty on the left, and the date 1998 on the right. Below the date is the mint mark, with D indicating it was minted in Denver and no letter indicating the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse, back, of the 1998 cent features the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 by Frank Gasparro, replacing the earlier wheat ears reverse that had been used from 1909-1958. This reverse includes the United States of America along the top, a pluribus unum, Latin for out of many one, above the memorial, and 1 cent along the bottom. Within the memorial design, a tiny image of the seated Lincoln statue, replicating the real one inside the memorial in Washington, D.C., can be seen if examined closely. Like all Lincoln cents minted after mid-1982, the 1998 penny is composed of a zinc core, 97.5%, plated with copper, 2.5%, giving it its characteristic red copper appearance while reducing production costs compared to earlier all-copper versions. The coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and features a plain edge. In 1998, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies, with over 5.9 billion from Philadelphia and 5.2 billion from Denver, making this coin very common in circulation. Though its face value remains 1 cent, some era coins from 1998 are of special interest to collectors, most notably the wide AM reverse variety, where there is a noticeable space between the letters A and M in America on the reverse. This variety resulted from the use of a proof die on regular circulation coins and is significantly rarer, often commanding higher prices depending on condition. In standard circulated condition, however, most 1998 pennies are worth only face value, but coins in uncirculated condition, graded MS-65 or higher, may attract modest value among collectors. The Lincoln cent series has been praised for its simplicity, symbolism, and historical reverence, with Abraham Lincoln representing unity, freedom, and the preservation of the United States during its most divisive period, the Civil War. The coin series remained largely unchanged from 1959 to 2008, making the 1998 penny part of the final decade of the Lincoln Memorial reverse era. In 2009, the U.S. Mint celebrated Lincoln's bicentennial with 4 special reverse designs depicting scenes from his life, and in 2010, the Union Shield reverse was introduced, replacing the memorial entirely. Despite the growing debate over the cost-effectiveness of producing pennies, since their face value is less than the cost to mint them, the penny remains an enduring symbol of American heritage and everyday commerce. The 1998 Lincoln penny, although common, is a piece of this legacy, a small but powerful emblem of American history, values, and continuity in coinage tradition. Top 2, the 2003 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln penny, covering its full history, design, composition, and significance. The 2003 United States 1-cent coin, widely referred to as the Lincoln penny, is part of the longest-running coin series in American history, a tradition that began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the birth of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. This coin was revolutionary at the time of its introduction, as it marked the first time a real historical person, rather than a symbolic figure like Liberty, was depicted on a regular U.S. coin. The obverse, front, of the 2003 penny features the enduring design by Victor David Brenner, with a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln. This portrait has remained essentially unchanged since its debut in 1909, symbolizing Lincoln's legacy as the savior of the Union and the president who abolished slavery. Surrounding Lincoln's bust are the "In God We Trust" along the top, edge Liberty to the left of his profile, and the year 2003 to the right. Below the year appears a mint mark, either D for Denver or no mark for Philadelphia. The reverse, back of the coin in 2003 still bore the Lincoln Memorial design, introduced in 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday, replacing the previous wheat ears reverse. This design was created by Frank Gasparro, the 10th chief engraver of the U.S. Mint, and shows the memorial building with remarkable detail. Even the seated statue of Lincoln can be seen inside under magnification. Above the memorial are the words United States of America, and below it is the denomination 1 cent, the motto E pluribus unum, out of many, one, just above the memorial. The 2003 penny, like all Lincoln cents minted after mid-1982, is composed of 97.5% zinc with a 2.5% copper plating, designed to reduce production costs as the price of copper increased. As a result, the coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 meters, and a plain edge. In that year, billions of these pennies were minted, over 3.3 billion at the Philadelphia Mint and nearly 3.5 billion at the Denver Mint, making them very common in circulation today. Although these coins are not rare, they are still important pieces of modern American numismatics. Certain varieties and errors from 2003, such as die cracks, doubled dies, or off-center strikes, are sought after by collectors and can carry a premium. Uncirculated examples in MS-65 grade or higher can also be of interest to collectors for their brilliant, unhandled appearance. The 2003 penny was issued during the final years of the Lincoln Memorial Reverse era, which would end in 2008. In 2009, the U.S. Mint issued 4 commemorative reverse designs celebrating Lincoln's bicentennial and key stages of his life: birth and early childhood, formative years, professional life, and presidency. In 2010, the reverse design was changed again to feature the Union Shield, symbolizing Lincoln's legacy in preserving the United States as a single nation. Despite debates in modern times about discontinuing the penny due to rising production costs and its diminishing buying power, the coin remains widely circulated and deeply symbolic. The 2003 Lincoln penny, though small and monetarily minor, represents a connection to over a century of American history, leadership, and coinage tradition. It honors one of the most revered presidents in U.S. history and serves as a constant reminder of national unity, justice, and the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln. Top 3. The 1997 United States 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, covering its full background, history, and details. The 1997 United States 1-cent coin, commonly referred to as the penny, is a small but significant piece of American currency and numismatic history. Struck by the United States Mint, the 1997 penny continues a long and distinguished lineage that began in 1909 with the introduction of the Lincoln cent, the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. This design was introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the birth of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, revered for his leadership during the Civil War and for issuing the Emancipation Proclamation. The original design was created by Victor David Brenner, whose initials, VDB, can be seen on some early coins, and later returned in small letters near Lincoln's shoulder. The obverse, front, of the 1997 penny continues to bear Lincoln's right-facing bust with the "In God We Trust" at the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1997 to the right. A mint mark may appear under the date, a D for Denver Mint, or no letter for Philadelphia Mint. The reverse, back, of the 1997 cent features the Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the original wheat ears reverse in 1959 to celebrate Lincoln's 150th birthday. This design was created by Frank Gasparo, who later became the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. Within the memorial image, a tiny seated statue of Lincoln is visible, a tribute to the actual statue in the real Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. and the United States of America, e pluribus unum, out of many one, and 1 cent also appear. Since 1982, the composition of the penny was changed from 95% copper to a cheaper core of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, making the coin weigh 2.5 grams with a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. The switch was made due to the rising cost of copper. The 1997 penny is not considered rare and was minted in the billions, but it remains an important part of everyday commerce and coin collecting. While most circulated 1997 pennies are only worth their face value, high-grade, uncirculated versions, or those with minting errors, like off-center strikes or double dies, may carry small premiums among collectors. The Lincoln cent has been continuously minted for more than a century, making it the longest-running design in U.S. coin history, though it underwent a reverse redesign in 2009 and 2010 to honor Lincoln's bicentennial and legacy. The 1997 penny represents a moment within this long timeline when the classic Lincoln Memorial reverse was still in use. Although the penny's value has been debated in modern times due to its low purchasing power and production cost, exceeding 1 cent, it continues to be produced and used widely, carrying both historical and symbolic significance. The coin acts as a daily reminder of Lincoln's enduring legacy, American ideals, and the evolution of U.S. minting practices. For many Americans, it also serves as an introduction to coin collecting, since almost everyone has held a Lincoln penny at some point in life. Thus, the 1997 1-cent coin, though small and common, holds a rich story in the fabric of American history and identity. Top 4. The 1993 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln penny. The 1993 United States 1-cent coin, or Lincoln penny, is a continuation of the longest-running coin design in American history, first minted in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. The Lincoln cent marked a major turning point in U.S. coinage, as it was the first time a real person's portrait appeared on a regular circulating American coin. The design was created by Victor David Brenner, a sculptor who admired Lincoln and modeled the obverse front portrait from a photograph of Lincoln taken in 1864 by Matthew Brady. On the 1993 penny, as with other years from 1959 to 2008, the obverse features a right-facing bust of Lincoln, with the "In God We Trust" arching above his head, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1993 to the right. Just beneath the date may appear a mint mark indicating where the coin was produced, D for Denver or no mint mark for Philadelphia. The reverse back side of the coin in 1993 continues to feature the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 by Frank Gasparo, the 10th chief engraver of the U.S. Mint. The reverse displays the memorial building with its classic columns and a tiny rendering of the seated statue of Lincoln inside, a remarkable detail visible under magnification. Above the memorial is the phrase, "United States of America." Below it is 1 cent. and in smaller letters between the two is the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. The 1993 penny was part of the newer generation of Lincoln cents minted after 1982, which had a changed composition. Before 1982, pennies were made mostly of copper, 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. But due to rising metal costs, the composition changed to 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, resulting in a lighter coin. The 1993 Lincoln cent thus weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, a plain edge, and was struck in massive numbers. Over 14 billion pennies were produced that year at the Philadelphia and Denver mints combined. While the 1993 penny is not rare and holds only face value in circulated condition, uncirculated examples in MS-65 or higher grades, or those with striking errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or doubled dies, can be of interest to coin collectors. The Lincoln cent series is beloved by numismatists for its longevity and connection to American history, and even though it is often overlooked in daily life due to its low value, it carries deep symbolic meaning. Abraham Lincoln, who led the country through its greatest moral, constitutional, and political crisis, the Civil War, is honored daily through this coin. The design was so iconic that it lasted largely unchanged for a century until 2009, when the U.S. Mint released 4 special reverse designs to mark the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth, followed in 2010 by a new Union Shield reverse. The 1993 penny, minted during a relatively stable era in U.S. coinage history, stands as a symbol of continuity, historical reverence, and the American tradition of honoring great leaders through circulating currency. Even as discussions have emerged about discontinuing the penny due to production costs, it remains a powerful link to both everyday life and the broader sweep of American heritage. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.